Welcome back to the Diabetic Diet Show. I'm going to make tuna melt sandwiches for lunch. So I've already toasted up some bread to a little bit more of the darker side so that it'll stiffen up the bread a little bit. And you can use Texas toast, or you can use an Italian bread, French bread. The heavier the bread, the better. Now, as far as ingredients go, we're going to need celery salt, mayonnaise, black pepper, onions, garlic, tomatoes. I use the cherry tomatoes. And then I pull these out of my refrigerator because I have them already set from when I got my groceries, and I pre-cut everything up. So here's my onions, here's my celery. This is my container for my garlic. And then I have here some carrots, some green peppers, and some green onions. Now, the tomatoes have to be mashed. So I put the tomatoes in first, and then I take a masher and then a big masher, and I mash these up. Now you want to make sure that they're mashed really, really well. Okay, and then once you have that accomplished, let's go ahead and start with the other things that we need. So let's start out with a start over. Okay. Now the tomatoes are all mashed up. Let's start cutting up the things that we need. Cutting board. My onions. And by the way, the ingredients and the list is on the website. And the website is jamestdds.blogspot.com. Also, before I forget, click the subscribe button, hit the bell, so when I drop new videos, you'll be able to see. So here's my onions. Let's go ahead and just refine these a little bit so that it's a little bit more of resembling an onion paste rather than a chunk. was here. Okay, start over. Okay. Now that we have the tomatoes all mashed up, the next thing we need to do is cut up some onions. So let's go ahead and get going on some onions. Just scrape them out here. Chop these up. And then dump them in here. Celery. My celery is coarse, so let's go ahead and get that cut up. And remember, celery, like carrots, they're strong, so go easy on them. Next we want garlic. I'm just going to take a chunk of this, break it apart, and I ended up with a clove. Trim the back side of my clove and the front side, root. Now I'm going to smash it, and the paper comes off it nice and easy, and I end up with smashed garlic. And now I can fine chop it. Now, put this in here. Okay, and we're done with that one. Make a little room here. Green peppers, onions, the carrots. Little fine chop on these. Done with the onions, done with the celery. I love these things. I just get them at like dollar store, grocery store. I have a whole refrigerator full of them. Really makes your life easy. So now, cut. Okay, let's go. Now I'm going to put in some mayonnaise. Just back away again, keep it cold. It's fairly warm in here. You want to keep your mayonnaise cold. Okay, now let's do this one again. Okay, now I want to put the mayonnaise away. You want to keep it cold in the refrigerator. It's fairly warm in here. Next thing you do is to put some cheese out. And I have two types that I recommend. One of them is your regular American cheese. And then your other one is going to be a Swiss cheese. Now I go ahead and mix this up. Okay, I'm going to season this up. You ever do this thing where you put too much in your hand? I just did. Glad I caught it. Now I need to mix up the tuna. Get it on the sandwiches. Now, if you like cheese a lot, you can put cheese on both sides of the bread. If you like cheese a little, you put cheese on one side of the bread. The only thing left to do is throw it in the toaster. Now I'm going to use the New Wave to melt this cheese, and I'm going to air fry. Let's give those a few minutes and see what they look like. Now, as an alternative idea to making the sandwiches the way I just did, you can take the bread without toasting it and then take 2 pieces of cheese, which will protect the bread, because otherwise the tuna fish tends to dissolve the bread. That's generally why tunas are on toasted bread. So what I'm going to do now is to put the remaining tuna on this one, just like this. And then when those other ones are done, I'm going to throw this in the New Wave, but instead of using the air fry feature, I'm going to use the toast feature. The New Wave has beeped. Of course, you could have used the toaster as well, but the sandwiches are looking good. Let you see that on a close-up look there. Now what I'll do is take my plastic clean Google Color mat, put it there, and then I'm going to use the pizza paddle called a peel. I put corn flour on it. I buy a bag, put it in a shaker, and I keep corn flour on it. That way things slide on and off real easy. Now, our sandwich is finishing up. in the New Wave with the double cheese on it. So I'm going to get my peel ready. I'm putting some powdered corn flour on the peel, which keeps it from sticking. So here we go. Down to the last few seconds. This one ought to really be delicious, being the double cheese that it is. And there you go. That's our show for today. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button and click the bell so when we drop a new video, you'll get notified. Goodbye for now.